Hello everyone, let's start today the ancient Indian history, Indus Valley Civilization, the first chapter. Let's speak about the introduction. Introduction. Indus River Valley Civilization existed between 3300 to 1300 BCE and is also known as the Harappan Civilization. It was a broad region civilization which extended from modern day northeast Afghanistan to Pakistan and northwest India. Significant discoveries from this civilization include standardized weights and measures, scale carving, and metallurgy with copper, bronze, lead, and tin. The civilization likely ended due to geographic factors, climate change, and migration. Let's speak about discovery. Discovery. Till 1920, the relics of the civilization were found only in the Indus Valley region. Therefore, it was known as the Indus Civilization. In 1920 to 21, the Harappan civilization was discovered in the excavations by Dayaram Sahani at Harappa and by R.D. Banerjee at Mohenjo-daro. In 1924, John Marshall, Director General of ASI, announced the discovery of Indus Valley Civilization, that is IVC. Let's speak about geography. The discoveries and over 1400 various settlements indicate a total extent of about 1400 north to south into 1600 east to west kilometers of area. The cornerstones of civilizations were Sukhtajandar, Balochistan west, Alamgirpur, Meerut, Uttar Pradesh east, Manda, Aknor district, Jammu and Kashmir north, Dayamabad, Ahmednagar district, Maharashtra south. Of about 1400 settlements of IVC, known 925 settlement sites are now in India and 475 are in Pakistan. The total geographical stretch of Harappan civilization is about 12,50,000 square kilometers, which is more than 20 times of the area of Egyptian and more than 12 times of the combined area of Egyptian and Mesopotamian civilizations. Mostly, the Harappan civilizations were located on river banks, of which only 40 settlements were located on the Indus and its tributaries. As many as 1180% settlements were located on the vast plain between the Indus and the Ganga, comprising mainly the Saraswati river system. The distribution pattern of settlements showed that the focus of Harappan civilization was not the Indus but the Saraswati River and its tributaries, which flowed between the Indus and Ganga. Therefore, few researchers prefer to call it a Saraswati civilization or Indus-Saraswati civilization. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Kalibanga, Lothal, Katoda, Dholavira, etc. have given us a fair idea about the various aspects of IVC, Indus Valley civilization. Now let's see about the phases. Indus Valley civilization is generally classified into three phases or periods. Early Harappan phase from 3300 to 2600 BCE, mature Harappan phase from 2600 to 1900 BCE, the late Harappan phase from 1900 to 1300 BCE. See this map, Indus Valley civilization, early phase 3300 to 2600 BCE. This is the mature phase of Indus Valley civilization 2600 to 1900 BCE. This is Indus Valley civilization late phase 1900 to 1300 BCE. Main phase dates 7,000 to 5500. Main phase is pre-Harappan. Mehergar phases, Mehergar and Birrekana, Harappan phases. See, now let's see in this one, mind maps. Indus Valley civilization through mind maps. Major cities of Indus Valley civilization. Harappa, first site to be excavated, established on River Ravi, important finding. Citadel, 6 granaries in a row, circular platforms for thrashing grains, 2 roomed barracks, bronze crucible. Next is Mohenjo-daro, literally Mound of Dead, established on River Indus, regarded as largest Indus Valley site. The largest building is a granary. Important findings: great bath for ritual bathing, built with bricks, side rooms for changing clothes. Bitumen is used to seal the walls and floors. Bronze dancing statue, steatite statue of a man with a beard. Unicorn seals, most found seals. Pashupati seal, seal of Mother Goddess. Next city is the Lothal. City was divided into 6 sections. Vital trade center for gems and ornaments. Entry to the houses were directly connected to the main street. Important findings: rice husk, artificial dock, bead making factory. Kalibanga. Many houses had wells. Important findings are furrows indicating the plowed field, brick platform indicating granaries, bones of camel. No presence of baked bricks or drainage system. Dholavira has 3 citadels, largest Indus Valley site in India. Sukkatoda, horse remains. Chenhudar, only city without a citadel. Mapping. Harappa, Kalibanga, Rakigari, Mohenjo-daro, Dholavira, Sukkadora, Kodiji, Chenhudar. Next, let us talk about the Indus Valley industry. Industry. The Harappan civilization is referred to as a Bronze Age civilization. Unalloyed copper was used for manufacturing artifacts, and rarely tin was mixed with copper to make bronze. Tools and weapons were simple in form. They comprised of flat axe, chisels, arrow, head, spearheads, knives, saws, razors, and fish hooks. They made small plates and weights of lead and gold, jewelry of considerable sophistication. The Harappans continued to use knives of chaired blades, long barrel shape, a cornelian beads up to 10 centimeters long are the finest examples of craftsmanship. Steatite was used for making a variety of objects like seals, beads, bracelets, buttons, vessels, etc. But its use in making fines, a form of glass, is particularly noteworthy. The gold objects found in the form of beads, pendants, emoluments, brooches, and other small ornaments in the Harappan civilization. Mature Harappan pottery represents a blend of ceramic tradition of the pre-Harappan culture of both west of the Indus region as well as the of the Saraswati area. The pottery technology was quite advanced. Most of the pots were wheel made. Big storage jars were also produced. Pots were beautifully painted in black on the bright red surface with geometric designs, plants, animals, and a few painting scenes to depict scenes from stories. Shell working was another flourishing industry. Intensive agricultural production and large-scale trade played significant roles in flourishing of Harappan civilization. The trade must have been internal in the beginning, that is, between one zone and another. They procured copper from K3 mines of Rajasthan, chewed blades from Rohri hills of Sindh, carnelian beads from Gujarat and Sindh, lead from South India, lapis lazuli from Kashmir and Afghanistan, turquoise and jade from Central Asia or Iran, amethyst from Maharashtra, and agate, chalcedony, and carnelian from Saurashtra. Mesopotamian and Egyptian civilization had trade relations with IBC as can be observed by exchange seals. Let's talk about the Mohenjo-daro. Great bath, largest brickwork. Great granary, largest building. Impressive drainage system. Bronze image of dancing girl. Image of street-eyed beard man. Piece of woven cotton. Seal of Pashupati. Prepared garments. Skeletons on stairs of well mount of the dead. Harappa. Two rows of granaries. Impressive drainage system. Citadel. Lothal. Artificial dockyard. Manchester of Harappan civilization. Art of double burial. Cotton cultivation. Next, Kalibanga, granary and wooden plough, wells in every house, Kemi's bone. Chanhudar, land cashier of India, only city without citadel, bangles factory, beads factory. Rakigari, biggest site. Raw materials and trade networks. Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Muscat, Oman. Stone buildings, plowshare, iron temples were absent. Cotton, silver was first produced by Indus Valley people. They were first to wear gold, silver, and beads jewelry. Their trade was only through barter system. Pictures of ships and boats are found on some seals and drawings on pottery. Weights. Let's talk about the weights. Harappan weights and measures were cubical and spherical in shape and were made up of jade, jasper, and agate. The system of weights proceeded in a series that is 0 from doubling from 1 to 4, 8 to 64, then going to 160. They followed decimal system. The tradition of 16 or its multiples continued in India till 1950s. The measure of length was based upon a foot of 37.6 centimeters and a cubit of 51.8 to 53.6 centimeters. The smallest division, which is marked on an ivory scale found in Lothal in Gujarat, were approximately 1.704 mm, the smallest division ever recorded on a scale of the Bronze Age. Early Indus Valley phase is older than Chalcolithic period, can be seen as a regionalization era. There was no large cities and expertise in craftsmanship is not observed. No early Indus Valley sites are in the active Indus plains. The early Harappan phase is related to the Hakra phase identified in the Ghaggar Hakar river valley. This phase stands characterized by the centralized authority and an increasingly urban quality of life. Trade networks have been established. There are also evidences of cultivation of crops, peas, sesame seeds, dates, cotton, etc. were grown during that time. Cote d'Ivoire represent the phase leading up to the mature Harappan phase. By 2600 BC, the Indus Valley civilization had entered into a mature stage. The early Harappan communities were touring into large urban centers like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro in Pakistan and Lothal in India. Some new sites were also developed about southern Pakistan and Gujarat coast of India. This period can be called an integration era of the civilization. The signs of a gradual decline of Indus River Valley civilization are believed to have started around 1800 BC, and by 1700 BC most of the cities were abandoned. This period can be classified into five subphases: Jukar phase, Rangpur phase, Ganga Yamuna Doab phase, West Punjab phase, East Punjab phase. Various elements of the ancient Indus Valley civilization could be observed in later cultures. Archaeological data indicates the persistence of the late Harappan culture till 1000 to 900 BC. Let's speak about the towns in Indus Valley civilization. The orientation of the streets and buildings according to the cardinal directions east, west, and north, south was the distinguishing factor of the Indus Saraswati cities. Harappan city sites, including Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, Kalibanga, and Cittadella, were having large gateways at various entry points of the city. These gateways are seen even in the inner fortification areas also. At Dolavida, a fallen signboard was found close to main gate. It is a large inscription having 10 symbols, each measuring approximately 37 centimeters high and 25 to 27 centimeters wide, proclaimed some name or title. Most settlements were situated in the alluvial plains, where the most common buildings materials were mud bricks and fried bricks, wood, and reeds. In the foothills on the islands of the Kutch in Saurashtra, dressed stone replaced bricks due to an abundance of the stone. The sizes of the bricks have been found identical proportions 1 is to 2 is to 4. The width is double the thickness and the length of 4 times the thickness. Doors and windows were made up of wood and mats. Floors of houses were generally hard packed earth that was often plastered. Drains and bathing areas were made with baked bricks or stones. Roofs properly made of wooden beams covered with reeds and packed clay. Let's speak about the architecture. Architecture Architecture. The architecture may be grouped into three categories with some variations as private houses. Doorways and windows rarely opened out into the main street but faced sideways. The view into the house was blocked by a wall or a room around the front door. The doors were made with wooden frames and a brick socket set in the threshold served as a door pivot. Some of the doors seem to have been painted and possibly carved with simple ornamentation. The adjacent houses were separated by a narrow space of no man's land. Large houses surrounded by smaller units. Citadel, Acropolis, act cities for member of ruling class, west side and brick houses below citadel in town or commoners. Evidence of public buildings, administrative or business centers, pillared halls and courtyards. The most outstanding features of the Harappan civilization were the streets and side lanes equipped with drain systems. The street cuts each other on the right angles and the width of these streets was in a set ratio. Large public structures. Fortifications with gateways enclosing the walled cities shows that may have been a fear of being attacked. The concept of two-storied houses was also present. No temples has been found at any of the site, hence can be said that it was ruled by merchants, not priests. Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro. The Great Bath of Mohenjo-daro is the most remarkable feature of any Harappan site. It was a brick structure which measured 12 meters by 7 meters and is nearly 3 meters deep from the surrounding pavement. The bath was linked with some sort of ritual bathing which was very common in Indian life right from the ancient times to till date. A group of 27 blocks of brickwork crisscrossed by narrow lanes adjacent to the great bath have been identified as granaries, which was used for storing grains. Similar structures have been also found at Harappa, Kalibangan, and Lothal. The dockyard found at Lothal was another important structure. It was a large structure measuring 223 meters in length, 35 meters in width, and 8 meters in depth. This was a dockyard where ships and boats used to come for loading and unloading of trading goods. Lothal was a major trading center of Harappan civilization. Let's speak about art. A large variety of objects such as seals, stone statues, terracotta, etc. is superb examples of the art activities. A yogi from Mohenjo-daro and two small figurines from Harappa are the most outstanding pieces of art. Dancing Girl statue of about 11.5 centimeters in height, made up of bronzes, was found from Mohenjo-daro. The Ahmedabad bronze animals workmanship most likely belong to Harappan period. The red sandstone torso found at Harappa is made of detachable limbs and head. The grey stone torso perhaps illustrates a dancing figure. Following are the specimens of arts from the Harappan civilization. Bronze statue dancing girl, terracotta bulls, terracotta female figurines, head of a yogi, painted jar dogs, sheep and cattle. The most artistic depictions and figures are the figures of the humped bull. Paintings was found only on a pottery. No wall paintings, even if there was any, have survived. Bronze casting was widely used following lost wax technique. Seals. Let's speak about the seals. Engraved in pictograph script and writing is right to left but at to be deciphered. Used on soft river stone, statite, gold and ivory. Used mainly for trade and commerce. Used as an amulet to ward off the will. Used as educational tool, presence of pi sign on the seal. Prominent seals are Pashupati, humped bull, elephant and rhinoceros. Terracotta. Terracotta, fire baked clay and handmade using pinching method. Findings: Mother Goddess toy cards with wheels, etc. Sculpture: two stone male figures have been found made of red sandstone and bust of priest in a statite. Statue of a dancing girl and buffalo is made by lost wax technique in bronze. Pottery, mainly plain red and black painted, plain pottery is more common. Consists chiefly of very fine wheel made wares and very few being handmade. Used for household purpose, decoration, perforated pottery, large hole at the bottom and the small holes all over the wall used for straining liquor. Ornaments made of precious metals, gemstones, bone, and even baked clay. Necklaces, armlets, and figurines were common. Evidence of dead bodies buried along with ornaments have also been found. Cinnabar was used as cosmetic lipstick and face paint. Eyeliners were also known to them. Script. Language is still unknown and undeciphered. It has 400 to 500 signs and it is generally agreed that it is not an alphabetic form of writing. It is a pictographic and written right to left, both Strofoden. Let's speak about the governance in the Indus Valley civilization. There are indications of the complex decisions being taken and implemented. For instance, the majority of the cities were constructed in a highly uniform and well-planned grid pattern, suggesting they were planned by a central authority. Extraordinary uniformity of Harappan artifacts, as evident in pottery, seals, weights, and bricks. Presence of public facilities and monumental architecture. Heterogeneity in the mortuary symbolisms and in a grave goods. There was a single state given the similarities in artifacts, the evidence for planned settlement, the standardized ratio of brick size, and the establishment of the settlements near source of raw material. There was no single ruler, but several cities like Mohenjo-daro had a separate ruler, Harappa another, and so forth. They were governed by merchant class. Society in the Indus Valley civilization were egalitarian. Let's speak about the agriculture part. Agriculture. Neolithic farming spread from the Near East into northwest India. Indus populations were the earliest people to use complex cropping strategies across both seasons, growing foods during summer, rice, millets, and beans, and winter, wheat, barley, and basil, which require different watering regimes. Local development of a mix of wetland and dryland agriculture of local Orissa, Sativa indica, rice agriculture before the truly wetland rice Orissa sativa japonica arrived around 2000 BCE was found in Indus Valley civilization. IVC. There was the first to cultivate cotton. Let's speak about the religion. A great male god and a mother goddess. Deification or veneration of animals and plants, a symbolic representation of the phallus, linga and vulva yoni, and use of baths and water baths and water in religious practice have been observed. One Indus Valley seal shows a seated figure with a horned headdress, possibly tricephalic and possibly epithelic, surrounded by animals. Marshall identified the figure as an early form of Hindu god Shiva or Rudra, who is associated with asceticism, yoga, and linga, regarded as a lord of animals, and often depicted as having three eyes. The seal has hence come to be known as the Pashupati seal, after Pashupati, lord of all animals, an epithet of Shiva. The existence of a cult of Mother Goddess Worship based upon excavation of several female figurines has been hypothesized. Indus Valley lacks any monumental palaces, even though excavated cities indicate that the society possessed the requisite engineering knowledge. This may suggest that religious ceremonies, if any, may have been largely confined to individuals' homes, small temples, or the open air. Let's talk about the people of Indus Valley civilization. Indus Valley civilization had been a combination of diverse racial elements. Certain anthropological investigations and examinations of the human remains show that four racial types existed in this civilization, namely Proto-Australoid, Mediterranean, Alpinoid, and Mongoloid. The first farmers liked living near the river because it kept the land green and fertile for growing crops. These farmers lived together in villages which grew over time into large ancient cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The Indus civilization seems to have been a peaceful one. The cities were built with strong walls and gateways, which usually means they needed protection. However, few weapons have been found and there is no evidence of an army. Their diet mostly contained of millets, wheat, and meat. Bull rhinoceros and elephants were also depicted by them, but horses were not known to them. Let's see how it got declined. Indus Valley civilization, how it got declined. Around 1900 BCE, signs of a gradual decline began to emerge, and by around 1700 BCE, most of the cities had been abandoned. A recent examination of the human skeletons from the site of Harappa has demonstrated that end of the Indus civilization saw an increase in interpersonal violence and infectious diseases like leprosy and tuberculosis. During the period of approximately 1900 to 1700 BCE, multiple regional cultures emerged within the area of the Indus civilization. The cemetery Hajj culture was in Punjab, Haryana, western Uttar Pradesh, and Jhukka culture was in Sindh, and the Rangpur culture, characterized by lustrous red ware pottery, was in Gujarat. Other sites associated with the late phase of the Harappan culture are Perak in Balochistan, Pakistan, and Dayababad in Maharashtra, India. There was a general decrease of long distance trade. On the other hand, the period also saw a diversification of agricultural base, with a diversity of crops and the advent of double cropping, as well as a shift of rural settlement towards the east and the south. During the latter half of the second millennium BCE, most of the post-urban late Harappan settlements were abandoned altogether. Many scholars believe natural factors are behind the decline of Indus Valley civilization. The natural factors could be geological and climatic. It is believed that the Indus Valley region experienced several tectonic disturbances which causes earthquakes, which also change courses of rivers or dried them up. Another natural reason might be changes in the patterns of rainfall. There could be also dramatic shifts in the river courses which might have brought floods to the food producing areas. Let's see the photos of Indus Valley civilization. This is a great path. See the burial. Let's see some previous year questions. Which of the following characteristics or characterizes the people of Indus Valley civilization? This question is from the 2013. They possess option 1. They possess great palaces and temples. They worship both male and female deities. They employed horse-drawn chariots in warfare. Select the correct statements using the codes given below. Option A 1 and 2 only. Option B 2 only. Option C 1, 2, 3 only. And D is none of the above. So answer here is 2B only. They worshipped both male and female deities. Regarding the Indus Valley civilization, consider the following statements. This question is from 2011. It was predominantly a secular civilization and a religious element, though present did not dominate the scene. During this period, cotton was used for manufacturing textiles in India. Which of the statements are given above are correct? A 1 only, B 2 only. C both 1 and 2. D neither 1 or 2. C both 1 and 2. It was predominantly a secular civilization and religious element, though present, did not dominate the scene. During this period, cotton was used for manufacturing textiles in India. Matching list 1 and list 2. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. 2002 year. Ancient site finding. Lothal, Doctor. Kalibanga, Plough Dholavira, an inscription comprising 10 large-sized signs of Harappan script. D is Banwali, terracotta replica of a plough. Try to solve these questions based on the information given in this video. Which of the following animals were not represented in seals and terracotta art of Harappan culture 2002? Cow, elephant, rhinoceros, tiger. Answers B, C, D. Solution. Cow, camel, horse, and lion were not depicted on seal. Unicorn, bull was the animal most commonly represented on the seal. Horse was an animal that was unknown to the Harappan civilization. Tomorrow we'll start the Vedic age. Thank you.